Hello, everybody. My name is Monica, and I talk to plants, which is a funny thing to tell most people since not everybody does, or people have all sorts of ideas about what that means, like that I'm a really great gardener and I've got a really great green thumb or something like that. But it's really not that at all. It's simple. I enjoy plants and I allow my appreciation of them to contribute to my life and to contribute to their lives. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about some of what that is. So in this video, I may say some really crazy things, or may say some things that don't seem so crazy to you at all. But I just wanted to share some of what I so enjoy and what I see and have discovered with plants. So, talking to plants, one thing that I love so much about it is that they are not people. They are not even anything that you can try and turn into a people. And so when you engage with them really differently than you do with people. And you don't have to think, you don't have to sound cool, you don't have to do the right thing, even though some people think that you do have to do the right thing with plants. The right thing with plants is just to enjoy them and to receive the gift that they are in this world. If you're a naturalist or a garden enthusiast or aware of some of what's going on with climate change and habitat and all of that right now, you may have a sense of just how much, the loss of plant life and habitat has a huge impact on the rest of all of the creatures that do include us people creatures, and also, oxygen and rain and all of these other elements are they're a part of the world that plants touch. And when plants are really thriving, they contribute to so many creatures and to what it is that makes this beautiful planet so hospitable to us. So, being present with plants is a very simple thing, and I just wanted to make a video to talk about two specific things. I'm in a park, so people might go by. One, there's consciousness in everything, and all of the molecules and atoms and whatnot are all conscious. And they, different scientists have been showing how when you observe something, it changes just through your observation. And there are ways that we can engage that consciousness in everything to contribute to everything. And with plants, there are all of the elements that nurture and nourish a plant: the dirt, the sun, the the temperature, the rain, all of that. So one thing that I like to do when I am walking down the street, or if there's a tree or something that just has caught my attention, I go to it. Oops, I got interrupted by some people. But so, like I was saying, I'll go to a tree or another plant and just, first of all, I like to say hello and just greet this living being embodied in a plant form. And then I just like introduce myself to it, and then I allow my attention to reach out. And first I ask, is there anything that I can contribute to you? And I don't have to, it's not the kind of thing that you have to think about. You just get to ask that. And then one thing that I have found at different times. It's so different every time that I go talk to plants, and I could talk on and on about some of the things that they've shown me. But one thing that I have seen more regularly, especially in different cities, is I'll kind of allow my attention to go to the roots. And then I just ask for anything that has had an impact on the dirt or the nutrient exchange, anything that's not allowing that to be as easy as possible for it. Sometimes when there's a point of view about something, it can impact, just like I was saying before, when you observe a molecule or something, you can impact the way that it moves. We people love to spread our points of view everywhere, and our points of view can impact the world around us in really physical ways, and we can impact the dirt. People have all sorts of ideas about that land is good, that land is bad, that land is fertile, that isn't. But really, it's just all about like the nutrient exchange that the plants require. And when a plant is there, then they can contribute to even more exchange. So what I do is I ask for any of the points of view, anything at all that has impacted the molecular movement to shift. And that's it. Like, it sounds however it sounds. But I've seen plants that were doing really poorly perk up after this. And so that's one thing that I wanted to share with you all. And again, the thing is that it's not anything that you need to figure out. And what would it hurt? If you went and just spent a moment next to a tree in your neighborhood and just asked if you could be a contribution, what would it hurt? And the another thing, I guess maybe I have more than two things that I want to say, so we'll see how much I talk. But another thing that I wanted to say is that it's kind of like giving a hug to someone. If you go to give a hug to somebody who doesn't want the hug, then it's kind of miserable. And if there's somebody who's like, give me a hug, give me a hug, give me a hug, and you don't want to, it can also not have such not be so fun. But when you go to give a hug to somebody who's willing to receive it, that hug goes in both directions. And one thing that I have discovered in working with plants, when a lot of the time when I kind of reach out and ask, what can I contribute to you, tree or trees or forests? One thing that I get a lot of the time is to receive more. And so it's like, here are these beautiful plants that have been just willing to shine and to make my world more beautiful, and I've been like, I don't want the hug. So part of the stepping into just having a space of talking to plants is being open to receiving that hug or that nurturing. I would just love for more people walking around in the world to engage with the plants. It's quite surprising what a huge contribution you may be to the plants that goes beyond just watering them or pruning them, though I love talking about pruning. But you walking down the street can take a moment and connect with the plant, and you might discover that that plant is doing a little bit better the next day, or you might not see it. But why not try it? What if you could contribute to the blossoming of this world just by walking on it and being willing to be engaged and to notice, oh, that plant does need a little bit of water, or whatever it is that you notice. So for those of you who who know me, or who would like to know me and talk to me about plants, please reach out. And for those of you who I never get to see but have watched this whole thing, thank you so much for listening, and have fun. Have fun engaging with this beautiful world. Let me just show you this cool tree that I'm right next to. It's growing and holding up the hillside. All right, bye.